Hi, today I'd like to do a video discussion of the presentation, Who is NAPNES? And you can read about this discussion right at this site, but I feel that discussing it with you gives us the best outcome for everybody's knowledge base. You can also see the presentation here so that this way you can actually pick it up. When you look at it then, the paradigm shifts, and what we want to talk about are paradigm shifts that are coming in our nation, are happening right now. Obamacare is introducing national health care, and 44 million Americans are coming on the health care rolls without paying anything. Already, $748 billion of reduction in government payments have occurred and more to come. So healthcare is the field that is growing, and nursing education is not ready for this. Again, the future is really now. The LPN, LVN, CNA, the AHP, the Allied Health Professional. Professional career ladders will be advanced through education facilitated by online learning. And NAPNES certifications are advanced education for the LPN, LVN, and CNA and other healthcare professionals. When you look at this then, the NAPNES certified nursing assistant programs, the PN, LPN, LVN programs, the NAPNES certificates in advanced study are your career path for your goals in your career. Hi again, and my name is Bill Roberts, and I'm the National Director of Online Education for NAPNES, and I also work as the Instructional System Design Director for Innovative Academic Solutions. I have 21 years experience in the learning sector, and basically I'm an instructor and an e-learning constructionist. NAPNES Academic Solutions are developing the 21st century educational solutions for LPNs, LVNs, and all of the allied health education fields. A simple executive summary of this would be, and let me read it for you so you can read it, but let me just point out some of the points. There is little to no research about the practice, work, demand for, or efficient utilization of the licensed practical nurse. There's also little guidance about how to make effective use of these practitioner skills to enhance patient care and augment the nurse workforce. There have been studies done by Kenny in 2001 about delivering healthcare models in acute care settings for LPNs. There's LPNs in critical care. There's advice nurses. There's intravenous therapy teams, all done in 1994, 97, 2006. However, little systematic study has occurred to explore these roles. A brief history and background. Licensed practical nurses, LPNs, and LVNs in Texas and California have been working in many healthcare settings for over 100 years. There are early schools, the Ballard in New York City, the Thompson in Vermont, 1892, 1907, 1918 in Boston. And this is coupled with the schools in New York, Boston, and Connecticut that started around 1873. But all of this culminates into the LPNs organized into a professional group in 1941 with NAPNES, the National Association for Practical Nurse Education and Services. And Helen Larson spoke on the same exact topic in 2004, and she is the executive director of NAPNES, spoke about the state-by-state evolution of practice and the need for licensed practical nurses. In 1996, NAPNES recommended that the states become active in seeking licensure for practical nurses, and this went by state. They were called practicals at that time and were licensed through waivers, and different states had different means of doing these licensures. There was no look at registered nurses at this moment. A quick nursing history or practical nursing, a simple conclusion. The basic trained and educated nurse, the LPN, was made proficient for all bedside nursing in all areas. The RNs are allowed more freedom today to make medical decisions and supervising other nursing staff like LPNs and LVNs. And this comes out of what is the history of registered nurses and i.e. how to, and you can pick this up off the presentation. In licensure, it is difficult to categorize the work of LPNs in the United States because there is substantial variation in the Nurse Practice Acts for them and the scopes of practice in the various states. Today, LPNs have a complete and separate licensure in all states. I want to make that totally clear that this is not a sub-RN license. This is a equal and governed by DBPRs, the Department of Business and Professional Regulation, for a separate licensure in all states. But let's look at the LPN education and advancement. NAPNES is focused on certifications and advanced education for advancement of the profession of practical and vocational nursing. The RNs have the ANA, the American Nurses Association, and the ANCCC, the American Nurses Credentialing Center. The PNs have NAPNES, the National Association for Practical Nurses Education Services, and the newly formed NAPNCC, the National Association of Practical Nurse Credentialing Center. NAPNES has a national standardized PN curriculum promoted. We also include education through online learning. Let's talk about a big difference. Where are the factors of pay? The Department of Labor and Statistics say RNs are paid an average of $38 to $50 per hour. LPNs and LVNs are paid an average of $18 to $22 per hour. As we can see this, let's work on the working knowledge that we can accept that RNs are paid $40 and PNs are paid $20, and there's a 50% difference between the pay ratios. A quick look at the state boards of nursing then will say, state boards of nursing regulate the practice of LPNs. Most states have a single board that oversees RNs and LPNs. The boards are responsible for developing scope of practice, regulation, and other licensings, but there are similarities in the nursing practice acts across the states, but variations in how the states express the details of the work for the practical nurse is really where it leads to issues with the practical nurse and the practice of practical nursing in those states. What can PNs do then? Most states have relatively flexible practice acts and practice requirements and are not specific. However, there are some states that have very restricted practice regulations. Why? And what we found out at NAPNES and also at IAS is the aspects of because the variation in LPN education. I'll go into this. Let's move this to education then, where my field is. Participants in the focus groups discuss their participations and the scope of practice, which occasionally differ from state to state. Most LPNs stated an intention to return to school to become an RN. LPNs are saying they want to become RNs, but few, if any, enroll in an RN program. I can tell you less than 10, and I believe the number's at about 3 to 5%. When you look at this then for instructional system design, what are these LPNs and LVNs looking for when they state their intentions to return to school, since it's not to become an RN? They are looking for advanced education to promote, progress, and advance their careers and profession. That's what they're looking for. When you look at this again in the ISD realm, NAPNES, in association with the partnership with Innovative Academic Solutions, offers online courseware for the career allied health professional career markets, the LPN, the LVN, the CNA, and other healthcare professionals. And NAPNES offers an integrated and unique approach to customized learning. Why do we focus on PNs, I'm always asked, considering I'm an RN/BSN? LPN supply and demand is there, and the future of practical nursing is phenomenal. Significant attention and research has been devoted in recent years to the RN. Since about 1980 to 90, it started to focus on RNs because there was little voice done for the LPN and the LVN. Little attention has been devoted to the needs and alternatives to the RN, which is the LPN and LVN in particular, let alone the CNAs coming up into the LPN and LVN. So why do we focus? LPNs provide general nursing care with minimal supervision for sick, injured, convalescent, and disabled people. We consider this bedside nursing at a reduced economic impact, which is going to be required. Here is the major finding for education then. State boards of nursing should work towards standardization of LPN and education. The standardization should be the basic education preparation beyond the level of street coming into a licensed practical nurse. Does anyone here know advanced education options? Like if you're an RN, you know about the ANCC and their certifications because all of us came out of school, as I did from Barry University, and I was told, find a certification. But what occurs really is that you, as an LPN, they're told, go out and work, and basically, when you want advancement, you'll become an RN. That's preposterous. They're in the field right now that is required. We need bedside nursing. One mechanism to achieve greater uniformity might involve the identification of national standards, and with the NAPNES Advanced Education for LPNs, we have accomplished that. Standardized LPN education. Let's stop calling RN education and LPN training, because I've just written the courses and I can tell you they're both education and they are both facilitated in the clinicals as training. They are both education, not training as such. But the difference is the degree versus diploma, which really has the differential of gen eds and a few minor nursing courses going into management, which the LPNs do not take. So when you're looking at this, NAPNES has the advanced education. We are the sole education provider at this time. They have national standards for entry-level LPN curriculum for the colleges and schools, and certifications we can forward in advance the licensed practical nurse, the licensed vocational nurse, and the CNA with advanced education in these fields. We have the standardization. We have the certifications available now at NAPNES. We utilize online learning, and these e-learning mechanisms remedy the nursing shortage, the high cost of brick and mortar education, and we are a wired generation, a completely online generation. Our phones, our security systems, all of the work we do in all of the social media. The economics of the situation will demand online education in the fields of nursing and in all education, and NAPNES is there and will be there. Advanced education through certifications is our belief. Advancement of the profession through advanced training and education. NAPNES has the advanced education for the advancement of the practical vocational nurse and the certified nursing assistant and other healthcare providers. But when you look at it, NAPNES gives the best tools for the job. NAPNES gives licensed practical and vocational nurses and CNAs the best tools to provide for possible gaining, obtaining, and maintaining employment. So when you look for a job, this is what you need, is advanced education. Employability is coupled with this. Employers are looking for solid, educated, and skilled nurses, practical nurses that are coming into the workplace. When you look at this then, promotion and retention is a big part of this NAPNES help also. Employers are looking into the promotion and retention of nurses who continue to advance their skills in education. Teaming up with a partner like IAS, NAPNES has teamed up to be able to obtain and maintain this gainful employment through advanced education. Let's enhance that program, though. We have developed the first ever NAPNES approved LPN LVN online curriculum program that can enhance any practical vocational nursing and CNA school curriculum in the country right now. Our standardized PN curriculum, inclusive of our NAPNES certifications, inclusive of the CNA curriculum. So online preparation is developed first ever by NAPNES in this field, and we have long-term care certifications, pharmacology, IV therapy, and our new rehabilitation nursing certification, which will match up against the CRRN any day. So when we look at certifications, there's another one coming up to be developed, but you'll learn about that in the certification areas. We are there in our mission at NAPNES for you and the LPNs, LVNs, CNAs, and other allied health professionals. Some of us call them UAPs, unlicensed assisted personnel. I enjoy the words allied health professional. When you look at this then, in 1941 to present, NAPNES and their education and practice for the licensed practical nurses had a mission for education and services. We, NAPNES, with the help of IAS, will penetrate and control this market. The NLN and the ANA say there are about 3-point-something million RNs. They kind of fib about it and say, oh, but there's only 900,000 LPNs. The Department of Labor states that there are 1.8 million LPNs right now. With the coming economic climate, there will need to be 1 million more LPNs for healthcare support. NAPNES will be there just for that task. So as a final and quick, simple synopsis, practical nurses will be required for economic stability. There's no way around that in the economic climate of today. Standardized learning is a focus and needs to be in the LPN as the RNs have right now. Advanced education for LPNs is required, and big and bold, there is an industry need for the advanced practicing practical nurse beyond the standard curriculum to be in all areas of healthcare and care for the patient. We live in exponential time. Everything goes viral, and the future is truly now. So I want to thank you for listening to this, and I also want you to go read the presentations, become a member of NAPNES, take the courses, prep up, learn, and get advanced certified, and I want to thank you for your time.